Well, guys, what are we going to do about the state of Maine? I just don't get it, guys. The state of Maine, run by Democrats. Do they not even care about the law? I really think they don't actually care about the law. I mean, Janet Mills, the woke governor out there in Maine, if you guys have actually followed the sports channel, Maine allows males to identify as females and compete in women's sports. And they are now referred to the DOJ, the Trump DOJ, to be prosecuted for that. Yes. But guys, what we're going to be talking about here in this video is very concerning. What if I was to tell you guys that in Maine, we actually have an illegal alien working as a police officer? Probably not for long now, guys, because he just found out. Maybe this illegal alien thought that he was so entitled that he could actually go out there and buy a gun and there will be no consequences. Well, I got bad news for him, guys. He found out. I think it's safe to say that he's now going to be a former police officer. He should have never been a police officer to begin with. No non-citizen should be a police officer, whether you're actually here illegally or legally. No, I believe police officers should only be citizens of the United States. But I guess in Maine, they really don't care, man. Well, let's go ahead and get into this, guys. Here we go. Right over here, guys. A legal immigrant working as police officer in Maine arrested after attempting to buy firearm. What was he thinking? You know what? Maybe he was actually not on the radar of ICE. But when you actually go out there and try to buy a firearm, guess what? They do background checks. Out here in Texas, I bought a gun, like 2-3 years ago? And actually had to show an ID. They do a background check. And I'm pretty sure if you're not a citizen, there's going to be a huge red flag. Not good for this guy. Anyway, says here, U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, officers arrested an illegal alien working as a police officer in Maine after he allegedly tried to unlawfully purchase a firearm, officials announced on Monday. Officers arrested Jamaican alien John Luke Evans with the assistance of the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, ATF, after his firearm purchase attempt in Biddeford on July 25th raised concerns tied to his immigration status, according to an agency press release. Evans was employed as a reserve police officer with the Old Orchard Beach Police Department at the time of his arrest, according to the agency. How in the world did he get a job as a police officer? Oh, look right here, man. Even ICE Boston posts this right here. Facing removal. Yeah. Look at this here. Says here, quote, John Luke Evans not only broke U.S. immigration law, but he also illegally attempted to purchase a firearm. Shockingly, Evans was employed as a local law enforcement officer, despite him actually breaking the law himself. Wow. ICE ERO Boston Acting Field Office Director Patricia H. Hyde said in a statement, quote, the fact that a police department would hire an illegal alien and unlawfully issue him a firearm, gotta remember that, guys, cops actually carry guns, while on duty would be comical if it weren't so tragic, she continued. We have a police department that was knowingly breaking the very law they are charged with enforcing in order to employ an illegal alien. ICE Boston will continue to prioritize public safety by arresting and removing criminal alien threats from our New England communities. Folks, I believe whoever actually hired him needs to be held accountable. Look here. There's some interesting stuff about his background, I guess, here. Evans allegedly told ICE officers he tried to buy the firearm for his job as a police officer. What? Cops don't buy their own guns. They're issued by the police department. His attempt to buy a firearm triggered an alert to ATF agents who work with ICE to arrest him. According to ICE, Evans entered the United States legally right here, on September 4th, 2023, through the Miami International Airport in Florida. However, Evans was supposed to leave the country by October 1st, 2023. He ultimately overstayed his visa and never went home. Wow. So he was only supposed to be here like a week. You know what, guys? I went to Mexico 2018. When I actually went up to the customs agent, they asked, how long are you going to be here? Tell them, hey, we're going to be here a week for a wedding. And you're supposed to leave the country after that. I did. This man right here stayed here, what? Almost 2 years? The Old Orchard Police Department told Fox News Digital that they hired Evans in May as a seasonal officer. The department said Evans underwent a full background check, physical and medical screening, and law enforcement training. Wait a minute. I don't think you did a full background check. Nah, I'm not buying that right there. The department said they also submitted his employment documents to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security through the federal E-Verify system during the hiring process. Police said DHS confirmed Evans' eligibility to work and said his employment authorization document had an expiration date of March 30th or March of 2030, the New York Post reported. Wow. But get this, look at this, man. Maine is one of roughly a dozen states that allows non-citizens to work in law enforcement as long as they have a valid work permit. Wow. This guy here, though, man, he was here legally for the better part of a year and a half by the time he actually got this job. And this case right here, this isn't the only one, guys. Look at this. ICE noted that there was a similar case in April in which officers in Falmouth arrested Congolese national Gratian Walandu Wamba, 32, who was working as a corrections officer. He was also arrested for immigration violations after attempting to illegally purchase a firearm, according to the agency. Wow. This is nuts, guys. This is nuts. I'm not buying what Maine is selling. They allow illegal aliens to get jobs, and I don't believe for 1 second they actually submitted the paperwork and verified everything. I don't think they did a background check. I think they're lying. This is outrageous, man. Absolutely outrageous. Well, the good news is, man, John Luke Evans, you've now found out. And now you're going to get deported. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.